Looks like we're green on Wimkin. Let me know when you're set.
Let me look.
3, 2, going live.
Yep. Green.
Do you say we're good?
Yes, we're good.
All
Sorry.
right.
Excuse me.
Closing.
Bless you.
What is going on, everybody? Wimkin, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Rumble. Good to have everybody here. Preferred social media channel is Wimkin. If you have not had a chance to go over there, please do so. They are the hosts of this show. We've got to my right tonight, left to my, what are you? You're
Left.
I guess, but it's to the right as the crow flies.
Yeah.
Are we doing port and starboard? Is that what we're?
I think we're trying to. She is. She is.
Starboard.
Amy is over here. No, over here, and then Olivia is down here, and Leeroy's over there. That's everybody. Welcome to the Donut and Friendly Show. We got a good show tonight. Got a lot going on, folks. I don't understand what's going. You guys are supposed to be really, really smart. At least that's what I thought. I'm confused. I made a post just, I don't know, 20 minutes. Well, first of all, I made one and it's going viral, which is taking North Carolina and changing the name to Ukraine and saying maybe this is the way they can get their money, which is kind of funny. Don't say too soon. I don't believe in too soon. There it is. There's the one post. It's fantastic. But the other one I had to delete because I was losing followers like left and right. Like people were just bailing on me for no reason. And I'll explain what was said. And it was supposed to be funny, and y'all took it so damn seriously. I'm going to make sure you guys get this toilet paper for your vagina. There it is. It's Kamala toilet paper for all of your vaginas. We'll talk about it in 5, 4, 3 minutes. See you in just a few. Step into a Wimkin. Hey there, Robinson.
Yes.
I just want to let you know your new name is the real estate lady.
Okay.
You don't get a real name because Kyrie says you don't deserve one because you're an American, uneducated, infidel woman. So your new name is real estate lady. Yeah, I figured you'd like that. We called him out on it. We're like, how can you degrade her? And he's like, it's just what I do. And we're like, okay, so new name is real estate lady.
Cool. Love it.
You cool? I thought you would. Here we go.
Hi, Matthew. It's Judge Janine, and I wanted to congratulate you on the Don't Unfriend Me show.
Oh, thanks, Judge. We really appreciate it. Thank, no, Judge. Thank you.
Adjusting transmitter output.
This is the Don't Unfriend Me Show with your hosts, Matt, Leeroy, Amy, and Olivia. Geopolitics, military analysis, and election coverage. Coming to you live on all major social media channels at The DUM Show. Honest, direct, unfiltered. We can agree, we can disagree. Just don't unfriend me.
And I spy Olivia and real estate lady and Leeroy. This is one of my favorite possessions. It will stay with me. If she's president, I will keep it with me forever. If she loses, I will wipe my ass with it with much splendor. I'm just letting you know. And this is going to hurt. I can tell the quality is not strong.
Good quality.
But it's worth
It's like sandpaper.
It's worth the bleed. I'm just letting you know it's worth the bleed. Leeroy, you're going to kill me. Can you turn up your light just a little bit? Sorry,
Yeah.
I should have got it.
No,
I should have got it in
fine.
pre-check. I screwed it up. I should have got it in pre-check.
Is that any better?
And that's much better. And I'm going to make you just a little bit taller because real estate lady's got a head on you right now, and that's just too much.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
Okay.
fine with that. I'm okay with my women more powerful than I am. I'm okay with it.
Damn right.
Call her little lady with a pretty little head. Little lady with a pretty little head. So
She's the real
I don't know.
estate lady with a little head. Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know if you guys saw this, but Kyrie decided to call in, and we decided to have an exchange after we already did our show, and it was well, this is the guy that was just completely trashing all the women, and was upset at me because let's see, I like Jews, and so we had an exchange of words, and he apologized to everybody but me, and I didn't ask him to. I didn't want an apology from him.
And me.
And did he? I thought he
No,
apologized.
He didn't
to
apologize.
you.
Remember, Ethan tried to school him and he didn't listen.
That's right. Well, either way, it's over, and we're going to move on. Good to have somebody call in if you
I'd
want
like
to.
to
I just wanted
just-
to. Oh, I'm sorry.
I
please.
would just like to say I didn't see it, but I'm very offended because my parents were middle class, and
Right,
we grew up in
right.
an upper middle class family. And
Worked at McDonald's.
I did not work at McDonald's, but I did clean a grease trap once, and I just think what could be unburdened by what has been, and
Yeah, I was going to
it's
say
an
the same. It's amazing.
opportunity economy. So, yeah.
Right. Can we talk about your lawn as well? And growing up from a teenage to an adult would be good
Whoa.
too.
Like I could go on. Just
If you guys don't know this, but like when you guys get done with your motor oil from your car, you go ahead and just pour that on your lawn. It's really good for the soil, and it makes it like grow, makes it unburdened by what has been. And please don't put motor oil on your lawn. Listen, folks. Okay, I don't understand.
That's a Fight Club reference, by the way. So
Yeah,
please don't do it.
Don't do it. This is I can't stand this. This is hilarious. Who wants to narrate? Hey, real estate lady, would you go ahead and narrate for us?
if Donald Trump is elected, they will eliminate weekends. We will only have weekdays. If you enjoy your weekends, consider yourself warned. The leftist media.
People defriended me for this. Like, I've got one
really?
post that's up in like the 2000s. It's been up for 20 minutes, and then it's competing, and people are like, "You fucking asshole! Donald Trump doesn't want to stop weekends. What are you talking about, dude? He Donald Trump will make us have weekends again." And I'm like,
Yeah, only he'll name them the strong end. Sure, whatever.
do you wonder? I'm like, read it again slowly. And after posting it like 1,700 times, I just said, fuck it, I'm done. So I just deleted it off all the network because I'm like, Olivia, watch the ticker because the ticker's going off. And if it starts going south, which it never does, I need to know because that means I'm losing fans. And like, I lost like 30 people. And I'm like, oh, what the? How can you think after 4 years that my site is anything but supportive of Trump?
It's like people have we gotten closer to election day. It's like some people have forgotten what sarcasm is and why you tune into the show. Wow.
Wow. Here you go. I got some new toilet paper for everybody. Hey, Liv, knock it off. You're going to become the cough lady.
Sure.
Olivia is 96 hours posthumous from losing her job. Olivia, how are you holding up and feeling?
I'm great.
Do you want to break the news to Real Estate Amy because she didn't know?
Oh, you didn't know?
I didn't
Well,
know.
I sort of knew. I won't say the name of the company, but I saw it on somebody sent me an article and I was like, what the heck? I guess there was no warning. They were like negotiating leases or something, and like the parents and everybody, I was like, I didn't know if it was your company or another company because there's two that are similar and I just didn't know. So,
Yeah. So
wow.
Yeah, Leeroy. What's going on is bags out. I worked in a school as a teacher, and our company has not paid their rent for many months, and our landlord locked us out. Changed the locks at 10 o'clock at night on Wednesday and didn't tell anyone.
Yeah.
Our cleaners, when they tried to go in to clean, found they couldn't get in.
They're voting for Kamala Harris, obviously.
So so I dealt with that all week, and I still don't know if I'm getting paid. They won't tell us anything. No one's responding. So I sent in a formal complaint to staff support because we have no HR. I have no idea who I'm supposed to contact for HR. So, but we CC'd our lawyer on it. So we're gonna see what happens. I have heard nothing back, so I don't know. I'm very confused.
But work at our school. It's amazing.
Yeah. So I went the nanny route. And one of the little kids that I watched in my class, I'm watching them and the younger sibling.
Yeah. So
doing the nanny route.
We're in a good spot, and this is what happens when you're not like me and you're actually a good human being. The offers just keep rolling. I had to do this show for a living because nobody wanted to hire me. So this is great. I'm not even the real estate guy. So this is exciting. I am so happy that this is going like this. It's better money. It's more.
I couldn't tell if it was based off of some sort of capricious judgment or if it was just due to poor management. I was trying to.
It's poor management.
Understand.
This will be. We just found out that on Friday, I don't know if it's Thursday or Friday night, that the Burke, Virginia location is closing on October 18th, and the Aldi location closed in August. And Aldi was the same thing as us. They got locked out with no notification. Burke at least got 2 weeks notification for the parents. So this is across the board. Apparently there's a couple ones in Texas that are going down too. So it's a company. They've completely mismanaged and mishandled all their money. And I have some issues because of what they're telling the parents, and what they're telling us is completely conflicting things. And none of it makes any sense.
So needless to say, we've spoken to the leadership team, and if we don't get some closure, I'm going to expose the shit out of this company. And people don't understand this. For $10 a day, you can put a video that we make in every single zip code across the United States, and it will see tens of thousands of people because I know how to market on Facebook. So I'm just going to go ahead and put in all the zip codes from all the schools and ensure that it's running 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And so we just shut this company down. I mean, just that type of negative advertising with the amount of data that we have, bringing on the actual employees. We've talked about doing a show with the employees, having them kind of spill their guts and burning this place to the ground. And parents.
I have no problem with it.
Yeah, I'm close.
Yeah.
Yesterday, one of the moms from my class put together a little get together for me. So I could at least 14 of the 17 kids were there. So at least I got to say goodbye. And it was really nice because I felt really loved. I got a bunch of presents. They got me flowers and some gift cards and some cash. And it felt really good. I felt really loved, and like what I was doing there was actually making a difference. So it was nice to be able to at least say goodbye. Because that's the thing I was most upset, was not being able to say goodbye to the kids that I'd been with for so long. So I'm doing better.
It all works out for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. And I truly believe that. Like, we didn't freak out. We just were like, first of all, everyone in the show like totally freaking came through and helped out. And that's awesome because we don't know what she's getting, if anything at all, to compensate and fill the gap. So we appreciate that. Had a great donation month. We appreciate you guys helping. It's not over. We got one more night. So if everyone is just been holding out for the end, well, this is your night. It's September 30th, the last night of the month. And you can go to brand new. It's a lot easier and a lot simpler. It's huge. It's some people say it's the best ever. You can go to dumbshow.com and go to /donate. And sometimes it can be confusing working the internets. I get it. So we've laid it all out for you. You can go to PayPal. You can get our P.O. box or Venmo. We've added Venmo, and you can donate directly to us right there. Pretty simple. We have a little, some pictures and some nice things saying hello. And then if you're looking to find us on PayPal, it's just at Don't Unfriend Me or at The Dumb Show. Simplest way to help out the show and keep it free. So we appreciate you. Let's get into it. We got a lot.
Adjusting transmitter output.
Sorry.
This is the...
Go ahead.
So we got a donation that was sent via cash with no name on through our P.O. box. And I had got notification from one of our viewers that they had mailed us something. So I thought it was them. It wasn't. So this is an anonymous person. It's from Perkins, Michigan. And it was $40 cash. So thank you, whoever it is.
I know who it is.
Do you? Okay.
Yep. Now I do. When you said Perkins.
Yeah, it's Perkins, Michigan.
Yep.
So
that's what's cool about
it.
having the memory that I do, because I went through all of our Shopify and I once I see it, it's mine.
Yeah. So I'm still waiting. The person who sent me, said they sent me something. It has not come yet, but I will check again tomorrow.
We're waiting. So we appreciate you very much. Thank you so much. Okay, we got a lot to do. So first thing I want to do is address a question that we got from Elaine, and Elaine's a longtime viewer. It says, do you not think your loss of... What the hell? I just expanded this thing. Do you not think your loss of viewers is because of the hurricane that devastated several states? No, not at all. Because I saw the comments on the post. And Liv, where are we at?
59, so it's gone up.
Okay, so it's gone up 10. So we have a post going viral, so we should gain 2,000-3,000. We're going to break 200,000 here in the next 72 hours because we have a post going viral. Hasn't happened in 9 months. So this should be huge. And I can just feel it. I just know when something's within an hour and it's already at 30,000 views and it's at 2,000 likes, it's going to do well. So Damani, thank you for that graphic. But either way, that's pretty much the reason why. It's because of that post. It has nothing to do with the hurricane. Now, you don't unfollow people in a hurricane, so that's not what it is. But I want to make sure that everybody's safe. We know that this has hit North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia. We know Ohio got hit with a lot of water, a lot of rain. Louisiana did not get it as we expected, thank God, because they've had enough. And the sad thing is there's another one on the way.
There is?
Yeah.
Yes.
There's another
I'm
one.
usually on top of this.
It's following
but
the
not
exact
this year.
same path, the exact same. And that low pressure is not changing, and it's not supposed to change. So this isn't good. So here's the thing. If you were in an area and you had an oh shit moment, you need to leave. There's no second. You got your second chance. You got your 9 lives. If you were in a moment where you're like, oh my God, and we were that way in Harvey, and everything in my soul told me to leave, and I didn't leave, and we should have left. We got really lucky. If that reservoir would have gone, bye us. There's no doubt in my mind. I mean, it literally would have been a tsunami of water rolling over us because the entire thing would have collapsed. And if that would have happened, we would all be gone. So don't play around. If you're in a situation where you're in the path of this thing and you had a no shit moment, get out. Give yourself a day or two and just make accommodations and get out. You need to come stay here. You can come stay in Virginia. I'll take a few people. Amy will take a few people. We'll figure it out. We'll work it out. But get the hell out of Dodge. That's what you can do for me. Okay?
Fair warning, we have kids.
Oh yeah, so do we. You're babysitting. So, but anyway, just so everyone knows, we got a couple questions about it. Olivia did find a nanny position, which is full time, and it's a better situation than we were in, which is actually
definitely. I love my children and I loved my job, but it's definitely a little bit more relaxing when you only have 2 compared to 17. So,
right,
Yeah.
especially at
And
that
think
age.
about the attention you can give to those 2 kids and how much they will learn from you at that one-on-one
Right.
time. So It's
Yeah.
great
The
for
love,
everybody.
the level of care when there's that many fewer kids, the level of care, the quality of it just goes up exponentially.
Yeah, and she's good at it too. It says YouTube is choking out any info sharing channels. They don't want people sharing info. They don't want you sharing my channel. I get all the time.
Yeah.
That's probably the number one channel I get this question. How the hell are you not huge? You guys have a good looking panel. You guys are a smart panel. It's a clean camera. It's clean sound. It's got everything. Why is it not huge? Well, it depends on what you define huge as. I mean, based upon the amount of people that we have, we're not, I mean, like you said, you look at Benny Johnson, he's got 2 million, he's got 2,000 on. You look at us, we got 200,000 and we've got 200 on. So proportionately, we're not doing bad. There's weeks we've beaten Ben Shapiro in overall traffic. It just depends. So I look at it this way. This is a grind and it's hard to get through these social media channels, but thanks for trying to help us out. Keep doing what you're doing and sharing us out. Watch out. Illegals will be coming to stay with you guys. I don't have a problem. Listen, here's the thing. Even if it's illegals, I don't care. Like if human beings are
Keep it safe, right?
Yeah, if human
Life or
beings
death.
are in need,
Yeah, it's life or death.
yeah, then I'll deport their ass, right? I mean, once it's all clear, then I'll call INS and ICE and call friends in the Department of Homeland Security to get their asses shipped out. But if somebody needs something, you know, we got to do whatever we can to help people. Now, are they going to be sleeping in my bedroom? No. And am I going to be completely armed that night and sleeping downstairs? Yeah. But still, I don't want any human being to be caught in a hurricane or no. Yeah. So that's the one thing that was great about Houston. I knew for a fact that illegals were being helped. Nobody cares. It's life or death at that point, and all other stuff is just completely put by the wayside. And the great mods. Yes, we have great mods too. Thank you. Sorry. I always give the mods love. You don't need to make me feel guilty. It's good to see that we got so many people here. Has anyone heard of anyone is in danger or not doing okay? Let me know. Any donations we get tonight, we're going to give 10% directly to the hurricane victims until further notice. So if anybody has any donations interested for tonight, we'll be giving 10% to. And I know that's not a lot, but it's what we can do right now.
That's
let's get
awesome,
going.
though. That's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's magnanimous for sure.
It's something. It's something. The left has completely lost their mind, and we know this.
Yeah.
But I have to reinstate this. Now, I want to state a couple things. Do we remember when January 6th, when the gallows were erected out in front of the People's House, and they had a Mike Pence, hang Mike Pence stuff and all that other crap.
Right.
I didn't like that. I didn't like that. I thought that was stupid. And people are like, supposedly, the people who were responsible for it admitted it, and they weren't the FBI. So, but either way, it's not cool. And I don't think political violence is necessary. I think it's just something that ultimately is probably going to happen. But I don't want it to happen. I don't want to see it. I mean, Leeroy and I have been overseas, and we've seen what happens to countries that lose their way, and it's not fun. We'll talk a little bit about that tonight with multiculturalism and have a conversation about that, because I think it's important to talk about. But this video kind of it is frustrating me beyond reproach. We're going to go ahead and play it, and I will say that for somebody who has such small hands, he is extremely well endowed. In fact, I would say huge. Anatomically, they gave him a horse's gift. So watch this. Liv.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Another star just died, so I was making sure and confirming.
Who?
Heat Rose.
Yeah, he cheated in baseball. So he cheated.
It's 4 in like 4 days.
It is. This is going to be like 2000. What was it? 2016, where everybody. God, that sucks. They better put him in the Hall of Fame now. Now you put him in the Hall of Fame, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah. There's been a lot of times where people say, "I just heard so and so died," so I always double check before I say anything. But yeah, this is.
Do they put him in the Hall of Fame posthumously now at this point?
You think they would, but
Leeroy, what do you think?
I don't know that they will. I think his name still has a little bit of contention behind it. It'll be
Sure it
interesting to
does.
see how that debate rolls out. You know.
Well, I look at it this way. Go ahead, Amy. What do you think?
I was just gonna say, I agree. I think there's still a lot of like ick with his name. However, you have to separate the profession, which he was an amazing player. He should be in the Hall of Fame, from like his personal crap, right? I mean, that's
Yeah.
right. I don't know.
Well, the thing is, it's betting on baseball, and, you got to look at Shoeless Joe Jackson and the Chicago 8. You got to look at Shohei Ohtani, his interpreter, and they're like, oh, no, he didn't do it. I'm like, give me a break. You guys are pissed off because you guys just signed a $750 million contract with Ohtani over 10 years with the Dodgers. Of course, you're not going to go ahead and remove him from baseball. I just look at it this way. Pete Rose, there were definitely some opportunities with gambling, but they never proved that he threw games. The guy was an amazing hitter, a pure hitter, and was a very talented individual. I got to meet him at the Ojai Valley Inn and Country Club with my dad, and then I got to meet him at a Los Angeles Dodgers game too. And very nice guy. And he's one of those people where if you see him in public, you absolutely know who he is. He's got one of those faces, one of those builds where you're just like, oh my God, that is Pete Rose. But that's a shame that he's a legend, and it's 4 this week. I mean, it's horrible. Professor McGonagall died.
Chris Christopherson.
Yeah.
I think part of that stigma is just rooted in the fact that when you work in baseball, maybe you shouldn't be betting in baseball. And it's not unlike, when we talk about politicians who get involved with the stock market somehow, because they have the ability to manipulate it. If he was just some guy off the streets who happened to be betting on baseball, nobody would have cared.
Right.
Well, I agree. But I think the point is, he was banned from baseball for life.
Right.
And C-League has had a chance to put him in the Hall of Fame and, kind of absolve him of his sins. But listen, I mean, let's just take a look at the steroid scandal. I don't want to get into sports, but everyone knows how much I love sports. But the steroid scandal, there wasn't a top 50 pitcher or top 50 hitter, top 50 position player that wasn't taking roids in the MLB. And that's Mark McGwire, Sammy Sosa, Barry Bonds, every single one of them, Jose Canseco, they all were taking roids. And they should all be banned from baseball too, because it's an illicit drug, and they circumvented the testing, and they broke every rule in the book, and they should be gone. Instead, they took the trainers and banned the trainers and management and certain day players, but they didn't get the stars. So if you're going to do that, and you're going to hold it to Pete Rose, then you got to do the same thing for all the players that took steroids. And that's the whole reason I stopped watching baseball. So my thoughts are this: he's dead. You can put him in the Hall of Fame now, and I think you have set the precedent that what he did was wrong, and you can put an asterisk next to his name if you want to. But just for the sake of humanity and for the sake of his family, you need to give him the gold jacket, and that's it. And if you don't, I think baseball is just as petulant and juvenile as it's always been. It's just stupid. That's my take. Okay. All right, here's the video. Watch this, and this pisses me off. It really does. Okay, I can't play because it's got music. I don't understand why people keep doing this crap, so I can't play it, but here it is. It is a paper mache, life-size, anatomically correct. If it is, Melania's having a great time. Because this thing...
Why?
Yeah, why? What's the point?
What is the point?
Does it look like it's on the border?
It's a fence, Leeroy. I don't know if it's the border. I mean, it's a fence.
Jeez,
It does
Leroy.
look like it's El Paso. I will give you that much. It looks like Lancaster or El Paso or that looks like El Paso to me. Yeah, it looks like southern.
Like,
Yeah,
how
it
long
looks like the
did
set
this
of
take to
Sicario.
construct?
It looks like Sicario. What are our thoughts on this?
I don't get it. I mean, why? What's the point? I mean, and what would happen if somebody made that exact thing of, Harris, or Biden. I mean,
Sure.
Well,
the amount of complaining and the downright shit show that it would cause. But of course, it's Trump, so it's okay. Why not? You know, Trump's fair game, apparently.
I just don't understand it. I mean, what's the point? First of all, it's fantastic. Anatomically, it looks fairly accurate. I don't know about the waist down. But I just, my thoughts are this, is that if you spend that much time, and that had to be, I don't know, 50, 60, 70 hours of work.
And how much money it costs?
That's
I mean,
a lot.
maybe you have a problem, right? As there are people who are obsessed over Trump in a positive aspect, maybe you're just a little wacko focusing on Donald Trump. I mean, when you were literally fondling his penis and rubbing it in shape, did that send you a message that you're just a little fucking crazy? Or maybe not. Maybe it was arousing. I don't know. Amy, what are your thoughts on this?
Yeah. And I think it's gross. I don't want to see anyone paper mache or just, I don't want to see anything naked anywhere, anytime, unless it's in my own home. And it's just, I don't know. That's just gross to me. Who has this much time? Where'd you get the materials? Is this person like, or it has to be a group of people. There's no way one person could do this. It's just weird. I don't know. It's just strange. It's a very odd thing to do.
Now, if you would have put it in a suit, or maybe it's in stages, like maybe this is the stage and you're going to put it in, I seriously doubt it. And then so the liberal media got a hold of this, and their comment was, well, you don't know if this is a Trump supporter or not. This could be, you know, an effigy that is, you know, demonstrating some sort of godlike statue to Trump. I'm like, are you people freaking kidding me? Like, this is not a Trump supporter.
Yeah, if they were going to do that, they would have put him in the Jesus pose, and that's clearly not
right. Or at least the right suit. I mean, come on. My thoughts are this: is it stupid? This is near Las Vegas. I think it should be taken down. I think it's obscene. And if there was one of Kamala Harris naked with a 1970s Jew fro downstairs, I would ask them to fix that too. Because I don't think this is, it's just funny. It's just stupid. It's sick. It's wrong. And it doesn't make any sense. There's kids that are going to see that. I mean, what happened to the sanctity of the president of the United States? Do you remember there was a time where nobody would do this with a president? Nobody would say or do these things. I mean, there was a level of respect, no matter how much we dislike them. My God, we got through Carter, for God's sakes. And, nobody, had him making love to a peanut or anything. I mean, I don't understand. Liv?
The leftist liberals, they need to be taught a lesson. And it's a lesson we had to teach our daughter. And she finally learned it this year. And she, after many years of us telling her this, but why are you letting somebody live rent-free in your head? And these leftist liberals, all they think about is Trump all day long. Yep. And somebody who does this, that's all that's in their mind. It's Trump, 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 Trump. Why? If you don't like him, stop thinking about him. And Hayden had an issue with a friend turned ex-friend turned friend turned ex-friend, and it was just a big mess. And she constantly was talking about her. We're like, my God, you haven't spoken in 2 years. Let it go. And she finally got it this year. And she's like, whatever, I don't care anymore.
Yeah.
And this other girl still is terrified of Hayden. She doesn't like her. They have a class together, and she flipped out and wanted to switch classes. Hayden's like, I don't care, whatever. So it's like, why are they letting him live rent free in their head? Because I don't like Biden and I don't like Harris, but I can tell you, I don't think about them 24/7. I really, the only time I ever think about them is if I see something on the news or during this show. Other than that, I'm like, whatever. I don't care. Just stop, people. Stop.
Or when you're going to the bathroom now, think about Kamala when you're in the bathroom.
I'm going to take her to the bathroom with me as often as I can. I mean, my goal is this is in black and white, so I want to get her tone correct. So I'm going to make sure I practice.
I will wipe my ass with that every day.
On each sheet. Each sheet. Go ahead, Leeroy. Did you have something?
A couple of Yeah, a couple of years ago, I don't know if everyone remembers. I'm sure we do, but maybe not all the watchers do. But a couple of years ago, when Kathy Griffin, had the latex head of Trump, and basically claimed it's covered under the First Amendment, protections of the First Amendment because it was art, or people who technology has caught up to the point where now we're photoshopping penises on former first ladies. There's a point in society where, to Matt's point, we should not be doing this kind of crap. And I wouldn't feel right if somebody were to throw up a statue of Kamala, naked for all the world. It's not right. And just because you can do something doesn't mean that you should. And this is just one of those classic examples of, when Americans, when we just take it too far, when we think, oh, well, let's just go for the shock factor and do something that is completely outrageous to try and garnish a reaction. And in the meantime, it lacks absolute any sort of moral foundational, it's just gross.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead, Amy.
I was just going to say, I want to know how much manpower this took and the amount of money they spent on this, because I would like to see how far that money could have went doing something actually positive for their community instead of this monstrosity that's not good for the community. No matter what side you're on, this is gross. I don't think Kamala supporters want to see this. I don't think Trump no one wants to see this. It's just gross. I don't know.
You're in Vegas, so you could have put it all on black or something.
Exactly.
But you could ask Leeroy, because he got up to my waist and then he ran out of material when he went to my penis. It was.
How much is that, Leeroy?
He'll finish it someday. Well, I think. Listen, I can.
I was using sausage skins to sculpt, and it didn't work out. I ran out of material.
Right. Now, let's be honest. We're not talking like Jimmy Dean or anything. We're talking like Jack and the Beanstalk sausages from that Mickey Mouse cartoon where he had the giant pitchfork and he was eating the sausage. I mean, let's keep it anatomically correct. Right. It is spicy, though, which is...
No, never eat sausage again. Thanks, guys.
Well, okay. Donald Trump...
I have a very serious question about the toilet paper.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Yes, I was going to play a video, but go ahead. Serious question.
Somebody wants to know if it's recyclable, since it's Harris toilet paper.
No, it's not. It's not brown. Know. It's white, so it's not recycled.
Yeah, it was made in China.
But so's Kamala. The color represents. You know what's funny is that when I'm done with this, it'll be still brown on the outside and white on the inside, just like Kamala. Yeah. So, are we ready? Okay.
All right. Moving on.
Does that mean? Oh, I'm sorry. I thought we were. Okay. All right. Donald Trump. Listen. I can't stand Chris Wallace, and I loved his dad. His dad, Mike Wallace, was just a real smart guy. But this, okay, it's kind of like. Have you guys ever seen the movie Multiplicity with Michael Keaton?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So he makes a clone, and his first clone's kind of obnoxious and alpha and drinks a lot of beer and talks like this, and scratches his nuts and sits on the couch and looks for corn nuts. And then they make a clone of the clone, and the next guy's complete homosexual. He's just, oh my God, Michael, that's fantastic. And then like the fourth guy's completely like the people who were reading my post and finding it offensive tonight. I consider Chris Wallace to be the effeminate nerd dipshit that gets beat up in high school and gets like pantsed and gets wedgies and stuffed in the locker and gets his buns duct taped together. That he was a clone of his father, and this is who we've got. I love this video. I haven't seen this in years, and I just wanted to show it to you because it's gold. And it's beautiful, and it's huge, just absolutely huge. Here it is. Enjoy this. Maybe.
I think it's the opposite. I think we have one of the lowest mortality rates in the world. We're going to take a look.
We had 900 deaths on a single day.
We will take a look
this week.
Ready?
You can check it out.
Could you please get me the mortality rate?
Yeah.
Kaylee's right here. I heard we have one of the lowest, maybe the lowest mortality rate anywhere in the world. You have the numbers, please? Because I heard we had the best mortality rate.
The case rate of similarly situated countries, as Dr. Burks points out, and this is
Number one low mortality rate. I hope you show the scenario because it shows what fake news is all about. Okay,
I don't think I'm fake news, but I
think
just proved him wrong right there in public radio.
I remember that. That's great.
So perfect. Let me ask you a question, because this has been going on for a long time. This started with Ronald Reagan. Okay. Ronald Reagan wasn't picked on because of his mental faculties or because he liked jelly beans or he was in bedtime for Bonzo, or that he called Nancy Reagan mom. I call my wife mom because it's easier than Olivia when you have two kids and you're just fucking exhausted, right? Mom. Mommy, where's your mother? Where's your mother?
Because I usually answer to mom over my real name anyway, so.
Right.
Yep.
So mom is kind of, but that's what Reagan, so nobody made fun of that. What they made fun of him for were his policies and his decisions on judges. Because what they found out is that they couldn't attack Reagan because of his popularity, but they could attack Mexicans and blacks. And that's what Democrats did. Now, everyone's like, oh, the great switch. Yeah, it's funny how the Democrats were going after Clarence Thomas. It's amazing how Espinoza was the first black judge in 1981, federal judge, that they went ahead and literally would not put him on because he was Mexican. Joe Biden was involved in that too. Mm-hmm. And if you want to look at the circuit judges, federal judges, and SCOTUS picks, the Democrats have been doing this for decades. They drew first blood. And finally, when they had Barack Obama's pick and he wanted to introduce Garland, they sat on it for a year and said, no, screw you. And they treated the Democrats exactly the way they treated them. And what did the Democrats do? They warned them. They said, if you do this, gloves are off. We will take this to the next level, like little spoiled babies. And what did they do? Well, they went after Kavanaugh. Mm-hmm. They went after Amy Coney Barrett. And every single pick that Donald Trump proposed, they made it a living effing nightmare and just sick the dogs on them. Now, they're talking about expanding the courts. They're talking about making Washington, D.C. a state, Puerto Rico, et cetera, et cetera. We know what they want to do. But let me ask you a question. Since every single Republican candidate has either been a sexual predator, a racist, or doesn't have their faculties. John McCain didn't have his faculties. Sure. Remember, Donald Trump says he's not a hero because he got caught, but they called him what? They said that he was completely off his gourd. They said he was completely a white Christian nationalist. They said that he was not a conservative at all. They called him a fascist. Absolutely. So what did they do with John McCain? What did they do with Mitt Romney? Remember, Romney's their favorite person, but Mitt Romney, binder full of women. Russia wants their foreign policy back. Almost done. Okay. What did they do with Bush? They said he was a cokehead, partier, didn't serve in the military. So he went into the National Guard to dodge Vietnam, whatever, that he, was just an inheritance baby. Said he was stupid. Well, now they're buying his paintings and he's friends with the Obamas and everybody's all happy-go-lucky. They did it with Bob Dole. They said Bob Dole was too weak and frail and he had a pen in his hand and he's going to poke somebody's eye out and he was a mean, grumpy old man. Sarah Palin was stupid, that she was essentially just a dumb whore with nice clothes and a nice hairdo. She was white trash is what they called her. I mean, this stuff's been going on since I was a boy. Do we really believe, and I'm almost done with, I'm getting my question, that they actually think that Donald Trump is a threat to America? Because today, I heard Merrick Garland talk. I heard Ray talk, FBI director, and they all said, we think what happened to Donald Trump was abhorrent. We wish him the very best. We don't want anything bad happen to him. Wait a second. Everyone stop. You're telling me that if Adolf Hitler was on the Democrat side, that we would be wishing them well and not say, dude, somebody fucking take this guy out. He's going to destroy our country. He's going to kill millions and millions of people. This is Hitler. He's going to destroy our democracy. If you really believe that, then why are you wishing him well? Why is Kamala and Biden calling him on his personal phone and checking up on him. Would you check up on Hitler? Somebody explain this to me. Who wants to go?
I'll just chime in really quickly. I cannot recall who it was, but there was. Thank you, Ren. While I'm having a brain fart, I don't know who it was. There was somebody who did a whole compilation recently. It was like probably last week or maybe the week before, back to the either 50s or 60s, where they had on like actual clips of the leftist people calling whoever was running for president at the time Hitler. Like, and even Sarah Palin was on that list. Like, they have news clips of somebody calling everyone Hitler.
Right.
And I thought that was interesting because it's like, yes, we're always Hitler over here on the right. However, we're not murdering children. I'll just say that.
Well, right. What do you guys really think that they believe this? Because I can show you 4 videos where Nancy Pelosi owned January 6th, right? Who said that I take responsibility. We got a message for security and all this other stuff. So what they say is they can listen. I'm not naive. I understand they're liars. I understand this is what politics is all about. But do you guys actually really believe that they think he is a Nazi? Do you really believe that they think that he is a dictator on day one and all this stuff?
No, I don't think that. I think that that this is they're telling people what they think the people want to hear in order to garnish votes. And I if I can add a little something to that, we in America seem to have a huge disparity between what some Americans agree on facts and what others do, right? And if we can't agree on simple facts, like what happened during that interview with Chris Wallace, right? Chris Wallace is saying, hey, we're the worst at something. Trump is saying, no, we're the best. Let's check the resources. Let's check what the actual cited material says, right? Trump shows the receipts. So we end up in this situation where we can't even agree on the facts. And if we can't agree on facts, then there's no way that between the left and the right, we're ever going to agree on any sort of policy. It's never going to happen.
It's interesting because this blows me away. Like, I can't believe I just read this. Roxanne says, I've read thousands of negative comments over the last year and no one has mentioned him being Hitler.
Oh, wow.
What?
I've seen it. I feel like I see it once a week. I just chime in?
I see. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you can. I see it every fucking 30 seconds. Yeah. No. No. Yes, you can say something, but no, that's not true. I literally just went to Twitter.
Wrong. And the Republican Party is defending it. And if you're a Republican voter, it's time to ask yourself, is this who you are? Because if you're still defending Donald Trump, the answer is yes.
Are you freaking serious?
I literally just entered Twitter. I just walked in. Lincoln Project, boom, Hitler. It's everywhere. They call him Hitler every 5 seconds.
America's presidents have always brought something unique to the White House. From revolutionaries to businessmen to statesmen, their common thread has been clear: a commitment to the founding principles that make America great. Until recently, there was something else every president since World War II had in common. They all saw Adolf Hitler for the genocidal monster he was. All of them except one, Donald Trump. After 80 years of presidents who despised Nazism, Donald Trump became the first one to...
Roxanne, you didn't do a no-no. I'm not upset at you. I'm shocked. That's all. You didn't do anything wrong. I don't expect... Listen, I live in this stuff. I do this stuff from 4:30 in the morning till 12:30, 1 o'clock at night every day, weekends included. No way did you do anything wrong. But their go-to is that he is Hitler.
Right.
They are saying that he is going to take illegals, round them up, and gas them to death and murder illegals. Because like the Jews, we won't have the ability to feed them and relocate them, so he'll just decide to kill them. This is everywhere on Twitter. I just went to Twitter and there was a Hitler video on Trump. That fast. Go ahead, Amy.
So I just wanted to add to like what Leeroy was saying, because I agree with most of it. And then I just feel like the politicians themselves, like anyone who works in DC, they all know, like you said a few minutes ago, Matt, politics is politics. It's all kind of a game. It's just about moving chess pieces and who you can get money from or who you can have a relationship with. That is all politics. It doesn't matter what side of the aisle you're on at all. It's all about that. But I do believe the news media truly hates him, especially certain media outlets like The View. There are like a lot of these, like, I don't know what, like fluff media companies.
I don't know. See if you can spot the person when you're done. Go ahead.
The person.
Go ahead, Ames. Yeah, I'm gonna play something and see if you can tell me who this is when you're done.
Okay. Yeah, but that was it. I think a lot of people do actually believe that Trump is like evil incarnate and that he is Hitler. I because of what they're being fed. They're not watching true politics. They're watching what they get on the nightly news. They're not watching they're not like us. They don't spend their entire lives listening and consuming content about politics and reading articles and watching what's happening in the justice system on a daily basis. So
God, we're losers. You made it sound like
totally
losers.
We are.
Let's see who can guess who this is.
What, in your view, would happen if he were to be reelected? Oh, I can't even think that, because I think it would be the end of our country as we know it. You know, when I was Secretary of State, I used to talk about one and done. And what I meant by that is that people would get legitimately elected, and then they would try to do away with elections and do away with opposition and do away with a free press. And you could see it in countries where, well, Hitler was duly elected. That's right. Right? Yeah. And so all of a sudden, somebody with those tendencies, those dictatorial, authoritarian tendencies, would be like, oh, okay, we're going to shut this down. We're going to throw these people in jail. And they didn't usually telegraph that. Trump is telling us what he intends to do. We need to listen to Take him at his word. The man means to throw people in jail who disagree with him, shut down legitimate press outlets, do what he can.
I've got Senator McCaskill, SNL, saying it. I've got them on a comment with MSNBC. J.D. Vance is a Nazi. Fascist. Bill Madden says it. I got Joy Reid right here saying it. I've got The Guardian who said it. Folks, this goes on for 132,000 threads in one search on Twitter about Donald Trump being a Hitler clone. Leeroy, go ahead.
Isn't it funny that the left loves to stoke fear of a dictatorship, then wants to remove every roadblock put in place by our founding fathers that prevents authoritarianism? Isn't it funny that they want to literally take a match to, and I do mean, because I've seen those comments. I have seen comments both on Twitter and Facebook where people from the left literally say, we need to get rid of the Bill of Rights, or, you know, we need to rewrite the Constitution, without the slightest idea of what that means. They put forth this idea that Donald Trump is literally Hitler. And in the meantime, they want to tell you that they're here to prevent authoritarianism by removing the very roadblocks that prevent dictatorships. I just don't understand it.
Yeah, and when people say 132,000 threads only, that's over the last 90 days. That's my search parameter. I can change it by month, by week, by quarter, by year. I don't even know if it would even return enough. I don't even know if it can count the results. I don't even know how long it would take. I'm not kidding. Every second of the day, I read a comparison to Hitler, the orange Nazi, the Fuhrer, every single day. Liv, did you have anything on this before we go to the next clip?
No, I mean, I stay off of social media pretty much a lot, but yeah, he is, that's what they call him. That's what he's referred to as. And the sad thing is when people say Nazi, they don't think of Hitler anymore. They think of Trump, and it's sad.
Oh, that is sad because obviously they have no idea what Hitler did. I mean, when every time they compare him to Hitler, I'm like, you have no idea what happened in Nazi Germany, do you? You just have absolutely no fucking clue. And please tell me what actions that Donald Trump has done that malign, because if you want to just compare what the Nazis did, and not, we will, but compare what the Nazis did with policy. It literally is progressive socialist platform. It's in the effing name. Leeroy is going to walk you through this because whenever I say something, he goes, aha. He's got the note. So go ahead, Leeroy. It's all you, buddy.
We have talked about this, and I can't tell you how many times throughout the last several years when either Amy or Matt or Olivia brings up a really good point, I go ahead and research it, and we've done whole shows on some of this stuff. The Gold Confiscation Act, Executive Order 6102, was that set forth by a left or the right? Guess what? That was the Democrats. The Japanese internment camps, Executive Order 9066, that was the left. The Office of Censorship Execution, EO Order 8985, that was signed by President Roosevelt. The Steel Seizure Act of 1952, that was the left. Every example that I can come up with, these are all stemming from the left, and they're all attempts to make the United States more and more authoritarian. And so when they sit there and tell you, oh, Trump is a dictator, then look at their actions, look at the history. Because if you do your homework and if you bring the notes, what Trump did was to reduce the Federal Register by more than 2/3. That is not authoritarian.
And go look at Nazi policies. And go look at what they did and look at what Kamala Harris is proposing. And if you think that the similarities between Donald Trump align with the Nazi Party and not with Kamala Harris, then one, you have no idea what policies the Nazis proposed and put forward, and you have no idea what Kamala's platform is. Right. You have had almost 90 years to look up the Nazis and what they did. I can understand why you don't know what Kamala's policies are because she doesn't even know. But you can at least listen to what she said when it comes to redistribution, when you can talk about government ownership of distribution, when you can talk about literally expanding government, these creating more fraud in the government. And if you think $25,000 for each home isn't going to create fraud and $50,000 for each small business, I just want to tell you one little thing. It's called the PPP loan. And how did that go? How many hundreds of billions of dollars were stolen from the United States government because of PPP loans, and they still haven't held these people accountable? Do you know how much? Do you know that I've said this story before. We had $32,000 of credit card debt that we had all intent to pay off. Olivia and I we put everything on a credit card knowing that we were cash poor because I just lost my job. But we had paid off this Chase card probably 10 times. We maxed it, paid it, maxed it, paid it, maxed it, paid it. And we did that to help our credit. And we had like an 810, 830 credit score combined. They paid it off. We had it in arrears for 6 months. We wrote them every week and said, this is what we can send. It's a minimum payment. We cannot pay the full amount. However, as soon as I land my job, we will pay this thing off in a blink. Or we'll move some stock, or we'll do this or this. But we will have this paid off. Please work with us so we can get ahead. Give us 6 months. Our mortgage has helped us, our water bill, everything, and we paid everyone back. Every single effing dime we paid back. And I go and look at Chase. They're like, we're going to send you to collections. And I'm like, wait a second. What? I haven't been sent to collections since I was 18 years old. What are you doing? And I'm like, I'm sending the minimum payment. It doesn't matter. We're sending this to collections. You can't pay this. This debt needs to be paid, blah, blah, blah. And so all of a sudden, it was written off. It was written off. It's not against her credit report. It's not on my credit report. It's just gone. So we called Chase and we said, how do we pay this? We need to pay this back. We didn't pay this back. And they said it's been covered by the United States government. It fell under the loans. And as we lost money, your account was absolved along with others, and all accounts are written off. And I said, who fucking paid for that? How many billions of dollars did that cost American taxpayers?
Right.
Account's been closed. I can't even touch it. This is the type of stuff we're talking about. If you think that these $50,000 small business loans aren't going to be more of the same, you're insane. Whoever wanted to go. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I just wanted to say that Leeroy should actually like make a list of all of those things and like do a quick video so we could put that on the show.
Yeah, well, we've done it. We've made that show. We probably got it.
Like not a long, but like a short form. Like, you know how they do like the TikToks where it's like they're naming all the criminal activity. They're like, is this NBA versus NFL? They're like going through all the criminals and they're like, actually, it's the United States Congress. Like that kind of a thing would be funny.
We've done that. We've done those. Yeah. We'll do it. Leeroy, get on it, buddy. I would love to. Hey, you can do them too there, Amy. By the way, someone says 830 credit score. Tell me more about this mythical number. That was Olivia's. Mine was 810.
That's like a normal.
We worked our asses off to get it too.
That's really good credit. I don't know about mythical.
750 is about average, right?
Not average.
Like 650s.
I don't know about average, but anything above 650 is going to get you pretty much any loan you want. But Amy probably knows more than me. Real quick, Dave Ramsey wouldn't be happy with you using a credit score to boost your credit score. I don't care. I don't even know who Dave Ramsey is. All I know is that paying your credit cards on time and not letting them collect interest, it's absolutely fantastic for your credit score. You don't open up extra lines of credit. You don't close lines of credit. You can reduce lines of credit. It doesn't impact your credit score at all. So we had a 50,000 credit limit. We would use it for groceries. We'd use it for big purchases and pay it off the next month like an American Express. Or we would do controlled interest and let it accumulate for 90 days, 120 days, get a little bit of interest and then pay it off. And then whenever we didn't need it anymore, we could take it down to $1,000 and it didn't hurt us at all. In fact, our debt to income ratio is 8%. That's incredible. Like we would walk into places and people would be like, what?
Yeah.
You have a home, you have a car, and you're outside your house and your vehicle, your debt to income ratio is 8%. That is ungodly good. Go ahead, Amy.
Yeah, I mean, that's right. I mean, anything, homeowner terms, if you're going to buy a house, I think the lowest score you can have is 580, but you're going to get a crap rate. But you want to have if you're going to purchase like a large purchase, like a home or even a car, I think you want to be, upwards of 720 is like middle, I think, of the road credit. 750 and higher is good. Anything above 780 to 800 is excellent. But I know where we live is also a different area, but most people in our area do have pretty good credit.
Right.
From my knowledge, like everyone's in the high 7s, 8s. So
Not us anymore.
But I will say, I spend a lot on my credit cards, but I actually pay them off before they're due. Like I just buy stuff and then I'll wait a couple days and then I just pay it off. And then I buy stuff. I just to build my credit too. Like I just put everything on my credit cards. Yep. I don't wait for it to be due. I just pay it off.
And it's good to collect. It's good to have some interest. Like we have a Wayfair line of credit. We don't have any other credit. Yeah. And we put it on Wayfair and it collects interest and we just put some furniture on it every couple months and get something that we need for the house and it's controlled interest and it helps your credit score. And we're limping back. I mean, our credit was impeccable. We would walk in and they were just like, oh my God, yes, Olivia didn't have a job and she was approved. That's how good it was. She didn't have any formal income and her credit was so good. They're just like, I'm a housewife. And they're like, yes, Miss Spear, here you go. Except for Best Buy, but that's a long story. Okay, we need to get going. I want you to listen to this. Donald Trump, fed up? Is he done? Is he sick of this? Is he just going to rip off the I'm going to try to be a nice and fair guy? Or is he done? Is he just like where he was in October in 2016 when they released the Grab Him by the Pussy tape? He just gave up and just said, screw it. I'm going to be me. I'm going to call out everything. I'm going to apologize. And then this is it. My battle for contrition will be right here when I apologize to America for what I said. And now I'm going off. And that's exactly what he did. Listen.
Wants to come. So we have travel warnings, don't go here, don't go there, don't go to the various countries, and yet she's taken in the worst of those people. The killers, the jailbirds, all of the worst of the people, she's taken them in. And then I have to sit there and listen to her bullshit last night.
All right, now that you heard it, I want you to watch it because hearing something and see, I know who Dave Ramsey is, man. I'm just busting balls. I don't listen to anyone about. I don't take financial advice. There's all these people like invest in stock and get your retirement, your 401k. I don't do any of that shit. None. My parents survived. I'll survive. So my house is my investment. Come on, housing market. Don't crash. Watch this now. And I'm just kidding. But folks, at this point, investment is a thing of the past. I need to... if you have not had a chance to donate to the Don't Unfriend Me show, thedumshow.com/donate. You can go there and help us reach past our goal. We're at $3,927.33 so far this month. It's the last night to give. We're giving 10% to victims of the hurricanes. If you can help, and we will be donating to Team Rubicon. Do not give to the Red Cross. Don't you dare give to the Red Cross. They are the worst organization in crisis ever. Go to Team Rubicon. That is one of the best. Here's the video.
Anybody that wants to come. So we have travel warnings. Don't go here. Don't go there. Don't go to the various countries. And yet she's taken in the worst of those people. The killers, the jailbirds, all of the worst of the people. She's taken them in. And then I have to sit there and listen to her bullshit last night.
Watch his face.
And who puts it on? Fox News, and they shouldn't be allowed to put it. Anybody that...
All right, want to get your thoughts. Is Trump done? Is he like, are the rails off? Is he like, screw this? I'm going full global thermonuclear at this point. Nuclear.
No, I don't think so. I think this was a one-off. I think he's very frustrated with the left side of politics. I think he's frustrated with all of the news. I mean, he's calling out Fox News here. But just yesterday, he's literally in North Carolina hugging people physically, like with people, just handing out stuff. He's frustrated with the politics, but he's still fighting for the American people. So I don't think he's done. I think he just is like, I'm just going to have a PMS day and say what I feel.
Do you think the media said that he was strangling people in North Carolina as he was shouting Mein Kampf?
Yeah, I mean, you could see when he was like hugging people, he was actually just with his hands around their necks. So
right, at least he wasn't sniffing them.
Right.
Olivia, what do you think?
No, I mean, this side of him comes out every once in a while. I don't think he's done, but I've noticed depending on where he is and what type of a setting he is in, he will change. So if he's in a very deep red country doing a rally, he's going to let the gloves come off and he just, because it plays to his base. But when he's in New York in deep blue territory, he's a little more reserved.
He is.
Because he's trying to pull in voters. So no, I don't think he's done. It just kind of depends on where he's at.
I like it when he's Reagan. I like him when he does the Reagan thing. Reagan never said bullshit, but Reagan would, when Reagan said hell and damn, he said it like bullshit. And it was like, oh, Reagan said hell and damn. So I think at this point, this is what people like about him. I think he should continue to call. Stay away from the she's stupid stuff. I mean, anybody who watches Kamala talk, I mean, the numbers, everyone's flipping out and everyone should calm down. The numbers that I'm seeing, he's doing exactly what he needs to do. And after this quagmire that we talked about today with the overall unions and the boat workers, this is a damned if you do, damned if you don't. If you go ahead and you work and impose presidential legislation to assign an arbiter and investigate this, to identify if it's national security issue, and they go in and force the workers to work, the union has already said that we will go ahead and work at 1/20th the pace, and we will create the same result whether we're working or not, and you'll pay us. If you go ahead and give in, well, then the consumer has to go ahead and take it in the shorts with what's going to happen to Q4 projections, what's going to happen with inflation, what's going to happen with the supply chain, rerouting everything to the West Coast. It's going to create a COVID 2.0. Toilet paper won't be on the shelves. Anyone who says that this is just stock and commodity, you didn't watch my show today, I recommend you go and watch it because I broke it down for you step by step. And I promise you, as a retail executive, I understand how supply side works in retail. Okay. And I'm telling you that steel and electrical equipment and tractors and big commodity stuff like that, yes, that's what's going to be impacted on the East Coast. But when they reroute to the West, all those shipping facilities are going to slow down, overtime kicks up, and you're going to have a problem. Hi. So
Yeah,
the
buy
point
Christmas
is,
now.
Go ahead. What?
I said buy Christmas now. Like,
Yeah, you should. You should.
I am.
Okay.
Leeroy,
go ahead.
When you start talking about how frustrated is he? Is this something where he's completely off the rails now, where we're going to see him coming out and swinging Balboa style at every news event? I wish I could believe that, but I don't think that's true. I think these are just those fleeting moments of frustration. I agree with Olivia and Amy on this one. If you look at it from his perspective, what the Democrat Party has done is swapped out the weakest candidate ever with somebody who was alive, and turns out that person was the most leftist candidate that they could come up with, right? So by no way, shape, or form should this person be leading in the polls. Then, right, he survives 2 assassination attempts within 8 weeks of each other. His numbers should be through the roof right now, right? And the polls have barely nudged. So I get his frustration, because he's looking at all of these facts just going, where the hell is my support? And I get it. I see the frustration there. I don't think it is him coming unglued or coming off the rails. I just see these, they're like little lightning flashes where he's just wants to let everything out,
I wish you could go watch last Friday's live show, Leeroy, because he's not behind in the polls in any way, shape, or form. I broke down each swing state, and I even threw in 2 more to be safe in Virginia and Texas, and broke it down. The disparity between 16 and 20 is anywhere from 5 to 8 points. They missed it. And he is within 2.5 points at the worst to 1/4 of a point in every single swing state. There's attrition when it comes to his polling, and they always get it wrong. They got it wrong in 16, they got it wrong in 20, and they're getting it wrong again. He is so, I believe he is ahead of Kamala massively. I really do. You can't have the union. You can't have the union and the Teamsters union have literally a 35-60 split with 5% going to other, which essentially is 5 to Trump. You might as well just give it Trump, because those people are going to come home to Trump. If they're other right now, they're going to come home to Trump. So you're talking about a 65-35 split for the Teamsters union. That hasn't happened since Carter. Nationally, you've got individual unions. The Teamsters presidents are endorsing her. You've got the Border Patrol, who just wrote a scathing letter about her visit down there. But the actual DHS and ICE heads of the departments are talking, oh, well, we're for Biden. But the rank and file aren't. The FBI is not for Kamala. There are the rank and file cops, the police are not. You have a lot of women voting for him, and you have seniors. And I'm telling you, man, if Donald Trump wants to win, he needs to keep talking about the border, yes. He needs to keep talking about the economy, yes. But what he needs to talk about, and he needs to get it out there on a big public platform, is Christianity with religion and God and guns. If he can get those 2 groups to actually show up, I think this will be one of the biggest landslides since Mondale Reagan. Right now, I just did another electoral map. Can I show it to you real quick and just have you peep it real quick?
Yeah. While you're doing that, something just as you were saying that, I really wish I could hear the following words come out of his mouth. I don't care about abortion.
Yeah.
If he would do that.
He has.
Yeah.
No, he's been doing it every day. He's like, I don't care. It's back to the states. That's where it belongs. I don't have anything to do with it anymore. He kind of has laid off of it, but he is saying that, Leroy. I promise you. I've heard him say it.
I've been so busy lately that maybe I missed it.
It's okay. No,
Yeah.
dude, we're all busy. You're fine. Here's what I'm seeing, and I'm not doing rose-colored glasses. Here, let me put this in the other view so the ladies can not be covered.
That's
But
fine.
we've had 2 people on YouTube that are in the Seattle area, and they're saying it's really red right now.
This is what I'm seeing. Okay. And I, you know me, I am not a rose colored glasses guy. I don't play that game ever. I don't need to.
You still think PA is going to turn red, huh?
100%. As of right now, that's one of the closest swing states, which it behooves Trump. He's got the unions and he's got the Amish. That's huge. The Amish are polling for Trump now. So
and
he's got the
vote.
No,
they don't normally vote, and they're going out
now.
Yeah,
go look at his bug. Go look at the Amish buggies. They have Trump flags on them. There's no shit. This is not a joke.
So why do you think Virginia's going blue since we voted for Youngkin?
Because we lost that. Go ahead, Leeroy.
He's way behind in the polls there. If you go to any one of the polls, 538 or the election betting odds, Poly Market, I think is a good one. They're showing that Trump,
9 points.
9 points. It's a huge disparity.
But I expect that to tighten. Once Youngkin comes out and tours with him and does a blitz for him, because I know Youngkin will, because Youngkin's, you guys, I'm just letting you know, Youngkin's going to be on the ticket for 2028. I predicted this 4 years ago that it was going to be Haley, DeSantis, and Trump, and one of them would be his VP. So I got the VP right. We all know that Nikki Haley should be his vice president. I think everybody can agree now that if she was, he would be running a 326 electoral run, and this would be a fucking sweep, because New Hampshire would have fallen, Virginia would have fallen, and the Northeast corridor, that blue wall, would have just been crushed. But the point is they were the last two standing. So that was 4 years before they were even on the market. I'm telling you right now, Governor Glenn Youngkin will more than likely be the candidate for the GOP. He's that good. He is effing amazing. And he will go out and stump for Trump. He's kind of buried the hatchet. I think he's waiting till the polls tighten a little bit and then gain that momentum, because Virginia is a momentum state. But here's the thing. I'm hearing a lot of Republicans are voting early all over the country. I'm hearing very good things that Republicans are voting early. Now, remember, this is against 2020 and the turnout is higher. That doesn't bode well for Democrats, folks, because that means Republicans are showing up, because that was one of the highest turnouts ever for Democrats. And if they're breaking records, there's not enough Democrats in the country registered to vote to make that happen. Everyone's like, they're cheating. Just knock it off. Just
81 million votes, they said, right? 81,283,098 votes.
Yeah, apparently. I don't see it happening. I don't see that size. I don't see the election being this big. Virginia is a very up in arms state. They put a lot of money here to ensure that they held and kept this blue, because if she loses Virginia, this race is over. That means North Carolina is going to fall. It means that Pennsylvania falls. And honestly, even New Hampshire could very much fall. But this is what I'm seeing right now. This is closer than I want it to be. But this, I feel really comfortable with this, with a possibility of creeping a steal in Wisconsin or Michigan and then sending her home early. If we go in and take a Michigan or Wisconsin, she's going home. She's done. She doesn't have a path to victory. She will not have a path to victory.
I think North Carolina, especially after the hurricane that has devastated them, and even parts of Virginia, I don't think that's even talked about on the, I say Appalachian, whatever, like that little kick out there that we have that butts up to North Carolina. There's a lot of devastation there too. And I think the lack of concern by the Biden-Harris administration is going to sway a lot of people. That's my opinion. I don't know if Virginia will ever be fully red. We are so close to DC, and most of the politicians live right here with us. There's a lot of blue here.
We didn't think Youngkin would flip either, right? Remember, it was very tough.
Right. Yeah.
And it's not, we did not have a good 2022 primary. That was not a primary, but midterm. That sucked. That's why I'm thinking I'm keeping us blue. New York, folks, I think New York, as far as its leadership outside of gubernatorial and mayor, is going to go red. I think New York is in for a very, very big, like people keep talking about Texas and California and Florida. They're not going anywhere. New York is vulnerable. I'm letting you know, not the whole state. I don't think they're going to vote for Donald Trump, but I believe that we take the Senate and the House through New York.
Now, question for Matt: what do you think the October surprise might be
For whom?
For the Republicans?
Against Trump? No, you mean Republicans against Kamala?
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to be Tim Walz. Tim's going to get Tim. They're going to crush Tim. They've got something on Tim that's huge. That's everything I'm hearing. Like Kamala is pretty much she's not touchable, but Tim Walz is vulnerable, big time, huge. That's what I'm hearing.
That debate's going to be lit.
It's my understanding that he's a little concerned about the debate. He's putting on airs right now, but there's something wrong with that guy. And somebody on CNN said it best, and I can't remember what. I'm going to try to find it real quick. But what they said was that he's a moron. I mean, the guy's he's a freaking moron. He's a doofus, and he really is. And here, I'll see if I can find this because this is really funny. But basically, what he said when he asked him about his record and why his military record was off, and he's like because words are hard or some shit.
Ask Kamala.
Kamala got in, and she's still rocking that that half a brain cell.
Yeah, I've got some other things to show. Yeah, let me see if I can find this.
I wish Kamala would come on here.
On this show?
Even if it was, yes. I wish she would just answer a question from anyone would be great. That'd be
fantastic.
My
God. I would love to have her on here because I would treat her with respect.
Who brags at none of.
And as soon as she started doing her word salad shit, I'd be like, okay, just like everybody. Okay, can you stop?
Yeah.
Here's the video. This is great. This is so true. And this is just take a listen.
Well, Walz is a buffoon. I'm sorry. This guy, he's the only school teacher in America who brags that none of his students can get into an Ivy League school.
I had 24 kids in my high school class, and none of them went to Yale.
He's had one consequential press interaction with our Dana Bash, who asked him about the fabrications in his own resume, and his answer was essentially, me no understand words good.
My wife, the English teacher, told me my grammar's not always correct, but again,
I mean, he's a buffoon. He's on a free ride for running under Harris. He gets very little press. They don't let him talk to the press for a reason. I want one thing out of this debate. I want J.D. Vance to go out there and get under his skin. He has legendary hot, short temper. A lot of governors do, but apparently he does. I want J.D. Vance to go out there and have him explain why he is denigrating J.D. Vance's story. Small town America ends up making something better out of his life, which is something we should want for every kid.
So, listen, J.D. Vance is not a pushover, okay? And anyone who's going to sit here and say that J.D. Vance is just going to, he has the ability to prosecute. And he's got a skill set that's very, very strong. Walz is an idiot. I'm just letting you know. The entire ticket is like dumb fuckery and dumb fuckerist. It's not even Dumb and Dumber. Kamala is a fucking moron. Okay, I'm sorry. They say don't say that. It's denigrating to women. It's not. She's an idiot. And Matt, she was a prosecutor. No, go look up her prosecutorial record. Someone go and look at how many pedophiles she released. Look out how many people who committed homicides that she released. How many crimes that were let go. And she went after the easy slam dunk things and did maximum penalties on marijuana charges or first-degree robbery and shit like that. She never went after the killers. She never went after the pedophiles. She never went after the big-time drug dealers and cartels. She went after the small pickings and built her record. I've been looking up her prosecutorial cases, and honestly, I'm sick to death. She's not a smart person. She's an opportunist. And no matter what you say of how smart she is and how intelligent she is, there's no such thing as a smart progressive socialist. I'm just sorry, there's not.
That I agree with.
There's not one in existence. And Karl Marx, a fucking idiot. Lenin, fucking idiot. Stalin, idiot. Che Guevara, idiot. Mao, idiot. We can go on all day. Go ahead.
That's true.
Am I doing it the right way? Am I doing it? I just wanted to do like the Kamala giving you the look. Well.
And Tina says it best. She never did a RICO case. She lied. I can't find anything of substance in her cases. And there's a lot. But everything that I've looked through, I'm challenging people. Please find me a case of some substance. Please find me a case where she had to go to the mat without a plethora of evidence, or somebody just literally rolling over and pleading guilty to lesser charges. Because if I'm seeing things, she's the negotiator in chief when it comes to her district attorney role. Period.
Yeah. She doesn't have a good record, and it's public. No. You can look it up. Like, anybody can access it. It's completely public. Like, please, I encourage you, please look up her record.
Yeah.
And look up her supporters' records as well. Like, look up their records as well, because that means something as well. She's crap for I mean, look, it doesn't take a rocket scientist rocket scientist, but I was going to make the
rocket
joke.
Surgeon. Rocket
yes,
surgeon.
It doesn't take a rocket surgeon to look at
the statistics. She's listen, that debate was a joke, a complete joke. And anyone who feels that this is to summarize the debate. This is pretty much it. Olivia's Mr. Trump. Mr. Trump, you're an asshole. Okay. Miss Harris, can you please tell us why you think Donald Trump's an asshole too? It's basically what it was.
Yeah.
That's how it went. Here's,
absolutely.
Let's get Olivia in here, because she's like just talking with the Ethan and shite.
No, I'm talking to everyone.
Okay.
There's been quite a few people that are normally on that aren't, so I'm just trying to check up
everybody.
with everyone to make sure
Absolutely.
everyone's okay.
Check on everybody. You notice how we're not pushing donations hard tonight. I want people focused on the things that are most important right now, and that's being safe. Here is Liv. This is for you. Okay. I got this one for you. So can you break away? Awesome. Yes. This gentleman spent $4,000 on a Taylor Swift signed guitar. Here's what happened.
Joking. Because we don't need the wall hanger. Now take that, hang up that busted thing. Joking.
Well, I guess if you've got that much money to just throw away, why not?
Well, you've got those women who are going to those self-help courses to sit there and scream in the woods and scream rape and white oppressing males. I mean, they spent $5,000.
Yeah.
I would have kept it, and I would have. I mean, come on, that's money. I mean, that thing's going to be worth something. Hall of Fame, Country Music Hall of Fame or whatever. What do you think, Amy? Should you first of all, should you ever smash a guitar?
No. Golly day, they're so expensive. I know. We have enough in our home. Two, I feel the same way I do about the Trump decoupage or whatever it's called. If you have this much money to blow, there are much better things you could spend it on instead of making a spectacle out of something or trying to gain your 15 minutes of fame. If you truly care about a cause or making a statement, that $4,000 could have gone a lot further than what was that, a hammer? I don't even, like an ice pick? I don't know what he was doing.
Yeah.
It wasn't even that funny of a video. Like, it wasn't funny.
It was a ball hammer.
Yeah. Okay. It's not that good. Sorry. I'm not supporting.
No, I'm asking questions, as I always do, on what we think about the current state of the world today. And some guy spent $4,000 on a guitar and smashed it. Me, I'm of the opinion, if you got the money, do whatever you want with it. But you're right. I think that could have went to a better cause. Maybe what you should have done is bought $4,000 of her music and destroyed it. That probably would have been more effective. Anybody else on this? Liv, what do you think?
Like I said, you got that much money to blow, why not? I don't know. People with money. I mean, I have a hard time buying more than a $30 Target purse, once every couple of years. I mean, so that's just not me. I'm not one to just blow money like that on something stupid.
Yeah. Yeah.
I work damn hard for my money. And so I see the same thing. I'm with you guys. There's just no way I could spend $4,000 just to, basically incinerate it. Now, what I might have done is, 3D printed a, face of Kamala and put a little Hitler stash on there, taking a page out of the leftist playbook, and then
Yeah.
tried to resell it, maybe make some money on it. That might have been kind of funny, but
There's still
Yeah.
time, Leroy. There's still time.
I just wouldn't have bought it to begin with, right? I just let some other schmuck. Listen, I have a lot of memorabilia that I collect, and I'm not going to judge anybody. He can do whatever he wants with his money. I don't care. I don't hate Taylor Swift like everyone else does. I don't really care. I just don't listen to her. It's like I don't listen to anybody who has a political opinion. And even people who are on the right. I don't listen to Kid Rock. I don't give a fuck what Kid Rock thinks.
There's not one celebrity that has changed my mind when it comes to anything, not just politically, but anything. Like some companies get celebrities to advertise for their company or whatever. I don't care. If freaking George Clooney's chewing gum, I don't care what brand he's chewing. And freaking if Taylor Swift stays at this hotel and says stay at this, I don't care. I'm not going to do something or buy something just because some celebrity tells me to do it. Just like when I don't agree with Budweiser for hiring whatever his butt was as their spokesperson.
Who has a musical? Who has a musical now?
Oh, goody!
Oh my gosh, are we gonna go see it and do a review?
Absolutely, we can review it.
Dog shit.
So just like that,
shit.
and when Target put up their quarter section for whatever, I don't care. I'm still going to shop there. If I drink their beer, I'm still going to drink their beer. And I know people are going to look at me like, well, how can you do that? I understand that my $200, $250 a week for Target, it's not going to kill them if I don't shop there anymore. And it's not going to put them over the hump and make them, successful if I shop there. My $200 isn't going to make a difference to them.
Well, that same argument is the same as people say my vote doesn't count. But
I just don't care.
We got it. You don't care. You're like Leeroy. Like 3 months ago, when everything we did on the show, he just like, I don't care. Let's just turn the show off because I don't. Everything you talk about.
What that was about.
That's what you said, but that's okay.
There was something that was a policy that was involved with that where I was like, I don't care, but yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah. It was the whole show. So it was very close to I'm just like, why don't we just turn it off? Let's just go. Lincoln Project has another video. We're going to watch it together, which is always fun.
Exciting.
Amazing
I
videos.
love watching the Lincoln Project.
And everyone's like, hey, it went to a charity. Yeah, but that charity also takes 30% of the proceeds. So my thoughts are just take the $4,000 and give it directly. But I listen, folks, I don't care. Everyone like puts stuff in here like I'm somehow advocating. I find things that I think are interesting and I want to hear what you have to say. Some people think it's great. Some people don't. I don't care. It's Taylor Swift. I would have kept it. I would have held on to it and put my kids through college because there will come a time that she'll return or buy their house because there will be a time where she ends her tour. And if you had something from Elvis right now, if you had a guitar signed by Elvis, you'd be doing pretty well. She is going to be, by all said and done, right up there with Celine Dion as overall album sold and influence, which is terrifying. It's really terrifying. She's dumb as dog shit. She should be Kamala's running mate. Anyway, Lincoln Project. Ugh.
I will say there is one celebrity I was never a fan of, but like now I'm becoming a fan of, and that's Justin Bieber. You heard his new he has 7 worship songs. Oh my gosh, I gave up.
Holy Worcestershire songs.
Whoa.
I love
talk
tonight. Justin Bieber, man. I'm a believer now, or whatever it's called.
I just don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Those the monkeys. I'm
Don't
a
care.
believer.
Is he still saying, I'm too sexy for my... Oh, that's not Bieber.
Oh,
That's right,
he's
said
like
Fred.
a totally different kid now. I say kid, he's like 20, isn't he? I don't know.
I heard one of his songs was going to be, they were going to do it from the jail cell with P. Diddy, and it was be called We Hit the Brown Note. Is that accurate? Is that the song that he did? Or So listen, I think what happened to Bieber,
Brownie the cave, yeah.
There's nothing that negotiating the release of the chocolate hostage. They taking the Browns to the Super Bowl. Stock in the lake with brown trout. We can do this all day. So I until Bieber comes out and says I was sexually, well, I'm not going to feel empathy or sympathy for him because that's until he says I'm a victim and I'm a survivor, I'm not going to assume that about him. So I think like most kids that are in Hollywood, they were taken advantage of and bad things can happen, but that's not me to decide until he says that. And I'm not being insensitive. I think there's nothing wrong with Justin Bieber. I got no problem with him. But until he comes out and says that, I'm not going to give him empathy for something that he hasn't said has happened. But I have a feeling that it's going to come out soon, and I think people are really not going to be happy with what they hear.
Well, I don't misconstrue it. I'm not giving him sympathy for that. I did not know he was a Christian until literally, I think it was yesterday, and I heard one of his worship song. I cannot say that word anyway.
It's okay. You worship.
It just sounds weird.
Let's try it together. Do me a favor. Say were.
Worship.
And then now say ship.
Ship. Worship.
Now
song?
say it. Now say it fast.
Worship.
Worship.
His worship songs.
Worship.
Horship.
I don't know, man.
It's
I just didn't know
and
it.
ship.
And I was like, this is such a good version of the song because it's been done 100 times. And I was like, oh, it's Justin Bieber. That's weird. And he has like 6 or 7 worship songs. Anyways, because I'm a nerd who listens to worship music pretty often.
Look at the numbers.
Oh, wow.
We're going viral, folks. We've gained like 75 subscribers. So listen, I don't want people to, okay, let me explain again. People are like, he was a kid. How can you be so insensitive? Okay.
He hasn't said he was ever a victim.
He hasn't said anything happened. Even though we can assume and we can pretend, we don't know. And I'm not saying anything. It's just like Corey Feldman and Corey Haim. Oh. Corey Haim really didn't say much. And then Corey Feldman said something, and then everybody was like, blah, 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 blah. Okay, I'm a sexual abuse survivor. I can say it, and I'm not ashamed of it. And the worst thing that somebody could have done was talk about it at me before I was ready to accept it and before I even processed it. Okay? So I'm not assuming anything with Bieber until he comes out. When he does, I will lay down my support and back him up 120%. But until that day, I'm not assuming anything because I still believe innocent until proven guilty. I do with everybody. And we should, Diddy is a piece of shit. I'm pretty confident. But until he's tried in a court of law, everybody's innocent until proven guilty. I'm sorry. I have to believe that. And if I don't, then I don't believe in this country and I don't believe in our laws. And I do. So it's hard to say, but innocent until proven guilty. Okay, good.
Did you see your son's comment?
I didn't see anything. What do you say?
When Amy couldn't say worship, he said, holy war shits a sire sauce.
My God.
Ethan does speech, but that's great. Ethan, you'll be meeting to bar of soap later.
No, he blanked out the.
He still
put
spelled
the
it in his head.
Blank.
He spelled it in his head. He said it. He's like, word SH. You're in trouble.
Yeah. Marky also thinks a Nerd Fat podcast musical review episode needs to happen.
God, I tell you what.
Oh, so fun.
Marky says, as an SA victim, I can confirm that statement, man. Yeah, I mean, anyone who's been through it, we want to handle it on our own terms, and we don't want to be outed. You have to understand, I didn't remember it until I was 18. I was putting wood in a fireplace, and I was ready to start a fire, and it was like in October. I was in Pine, Colorado, and the only thing, what literally happened is physical pain and mental pain happened simultaneously. Like I felt it and I remembered it. And I had blocked, and I never believed this shit, but I had blocked it out. And the way that my mind works, I wasn't always articulate and somewhat intelligent in conveying my thoughts. And I was pretty riddled with ADD and I was entrapped in my own brain for most of my life. And the military helped me figure it out with discipline. But I just collapsed and I reached over, picked up a piece of wood, and it literally was just like a flash of remembering it all. It just fucking hit me like a ton of bricks. And I collapsed and I literally was crying and shaking and I couldn't. I mean, I was a young kid. I was a boy, and I was unable to process the information. And my mom wasn't a help because that's the way she was, immediately, denying it and refusing. And I told her who it was, and she's like, no, it's, there's no way this didn't happen. And, a victim doesn't want to be told how to process it. They don't need to be told. So immediately my mother's telling me that I'm lying and it's fake. So I stopped believing it. My dad told me about some college experience that he had when he was 23 and drunk, and therefore it doesn't make me a homosexual because someone did that to me. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? I never even thought that. But he was more worried that somehow this was going to make me gay. So when I say, if you think something happened to somebody, that you need to allow them to process it because you're going to do more damage to them. And trust me, the stuff that my mom said, and the stuff to my dad, that fucked me up because I put it even further down. And I regressed until I finally found the confidence to talk about it and stand up for myself and confront the people in my life who did that to me. But the worst thing you can do is just out somebody like that when they're not ready to handle it. That's just my...
No, there has to be you have to do it on their terms. They have to do it when they're ready. That's the kind of thing that, especially when you're talking those deep emotional scars like that, the physical stuff goes away after a while, sure. But the memories, the things that you remember during the course of an abuse, that's not something that you can shake. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I had my moment. It was I had a really abusive childhood. It was all stemmed from my dad, and I remember I was in my 20s when late 20s at that, when I had my crack, and oddly enough, it was during the movie Good Will Hunting.
Oh,
and
of course,
when they showed when Matt Damon, Robin Williams opens up the file and sees all the bruises and everything, and then he starts telling him it's not your fault, and I was just like,
oh yeah,
I could not turn away, and I just remember I sobbed my eyes out, and
oh yeah,
I that went up for a while.
Yeah, that movie fucked me up. But it's also one of my favorite movies of all time.
Yeah.
So this is a conversation that needs to take place in a setting. It's been a few years since I did that one video. And I always think it's good to bring it back and talk about it. I know Amy has had her struggles, and there's never been any pressure. And one day, hopefully, we can talk about those things, whether in private or in person. But we've all been, huh?
So I'm not ready.
I know you're not. And
I'm not going to ever be ready, honestly.
It's totally fine. And there'll never be any pressure. There's no judgment. It's just, I will hold to the adage of this, is that everything I am is because of the things that I've gone through. And I would never change a thing in my life because it's made me who I am. And yeah, there's pain. There's things I wish there were buddies that are still alive. I wish there were things that I would have done that maybe could have helped people. But ultimately, the things that I went through are because it was meant to be. And I wouldn't be the man who I am. But I'll tell you, there's a lot of scar tissue there. There is. And, I look at Olivia sometimes and I ask her, is there something wrong with me? Am I broken? Why don't I have a family? Why will I have no family near me? My sister completely tore our family apart and tried to destroy it. My mother did the same. My father didn't care. My brother, I don't even know who the fuck my brother is. And, it always comes down to the same answer, is they're ashamed of what they've done versus anything you could have done. Or she just says, you're an asshole and you're forever going to be alone because I'm leaving you too.
I have never said that.
I know you haven't said that yet, but that's just me getting through it. Let's watch this Lincoln Project video. Gosh darn it. Let's stop talking about this stuff. Gosh, we're talking about a downer. Here we go.
This is for every woman who has been beaten, battered,
shit, I forgot what this video was about. I'm not kidding. I didn't mean it to great.
abused by her husband. This is for every woman who knows the pain of a closed fist on her cheekbone.
All right, we're going to stop this. I apologize. I didn't know we were talking about. I I remember this video, but I didn't remember the topic, and definitely not appropriate for right now. But I will tell you, in the end of it, they equate it to Trump.
Of course they do.
Oh, God.
Trump supports men to abuse their women, and the Project 2025 women should be beaten and not heard, I think is how they conclude the video. So I apologize, not appropriate. We've got another one that we can do. Tim Walz, folks, going to a football game. That is, I mean, seriously, who the fuck goes to a Minnesota-Michigan game and you're the governor of Minnesota and you root for Michigan?
Are you serious?
And then flips off fans as he's walking down the hall. Watch this.
Only Tim
I've
Walz.
been waiting 60 years to come here. It's like a religious experience for me.
Matthew, you can't see it.
That is
Matthew.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was
it got me.
increasing our imaginations.
My head's over here. I'm sorry. I got lost.
Yeah.
I got lost in my. I was in my head. I'm sorry. I wasn't even watching it. Sorry.
I've been waiting 60 years to come here. It's like a religious experience for me. That is exactly. What's up, man? One coach to another, man. Yeah. That was fun. It was really fun. I've been waiting 60 years to come here.
So when who can you imagine going to an Army-Navy game and rooting for Army? Why are you rooting for Michigan, dude? And you want to know why? Why is he rooting for Michigan? Come on.
Because they need the votes.
That's it. That's it. You don't want to piss Michigan off. He's got Minnesota locked up, they feel. So go kiss ass to Michigan. Come on. What do you guys think of this guy? Is he for real? I mean,
great way to cross-pollinate against those votes, right? If they can somehow turn people who were potentially going to sit it out, ride the bench during the election, this is a good way to get them fired up. Hey, I'm here for your sporting event. Come out and support me. I get it.
I don't know. Here's him flipping everybody off, walking down the tunnel. Maybe you can see his finger, but right there, it's purposeful. I mean, he just literally flips people off. Now, listen, Trump just said bullshit. Trump has, he's cussed, but he just seems
off.
Yeah.
His dad shoes, though. He's got the dad shoe. He's
Magoo. He's Magoo. I can't believe this guy was in the military. He's a flighty little bird. I mean, he's like flamboyant. Like, can I just say it? Can I, without people getting judgy on me?
Yes.
My gaydar screams when I mean, like, this guy is a closet homosexual. I really believe, and if you've seen his wife, no offense, there ain't no way he's doing that with a straight face.
Yeah, he's hot.
God.
He's a good looking.
He's hot?
For a man.
Tim Walz.
No, his wife.
Oh.
It's not going to hell.
What the hell are you talking about? You be freaked out, Amy.
No.
So let me see if I can find.
I hope they get her like a stylist or something if they do get in to the White House.
Yeah, here it is.
Bye-bye, Donald Trump.
Hold on. I gotta find it. She's oh gosh darn it, the thing's stalling. She's just nuts, dude. She talks like her husband. You can tell she's a total socialist, just like him. That they sit around. It reminds me very much of Bernie Sanders' wife, just completely detached from reality. Here's a little taste of "We're Not Going Back."
Bye-bye, Donald Trump. We are turning the page. 52 days and we are turning the page.
A little bit more psychotic Hillary Clinton.
Bye-bye, Donald Trump.
A younger, more psychotic Hillary Clinton.
Dude, can you imagine her O face? It's kind of like her O face would be the oh god why face, just like put that thing away. I'm trying to think who she reminds me of. Is it
David Spade.
No, just on that
Dana
freeze frame
Carvey.
you've
Dana
got there?
Carvey.
Anne Hesh.
Yes. Yeah.
No.
Dana Carvey.
Evil Glenn Close. Evil Glenn Close. Watch. Glenn Close with that haircut from Fatal. What was it? Fatal Attraction. Here you go. Hold on.
Donald Trump. We are turning the page.
You know Jane Lynch.
52 days and we are.
Little bit Jane Lynch. Yeah, from Role Models. You know.
Yeah. Little
She
crazy.
doesn't look
Jane
real
Lynch.
to me. Like, doesn't look human. Like, her face is not, it's like a Muppet or something. I don't know. She's
it's a
scary
liz-
to me. Like, she
Oh
scares
my
me.
God, Karen said it. Oh my effing God, she's abso-fucking-lutely
What?
right.
Oh.
She is.
Oh my God, it's
Karen nailed
Eugene
it.
Carroll. His wife is a plant.
Yeah.
Carroll. Hold on. Have they ever been seen in the same room together?
Oh my God.
Dude,
She puts a wig on.
That is spot on.
I know,
she hates
dude.
rocks.
That's
She hates
freaky.
rocks. Let me see if I can find. Here you go. Here you go. Watch this shit.
Yes.
Oh, come on. Fuck you, Twitter. God, Musk, you can send a person to fucking the moon, but you can't do this? Why can't you get your shit to work? This doesn't happen on any other channel, and I use you because you've got the best catalog and fastest search reference for videos. But seriously, come on, Musk. God. Hold on a second. All right, here it is. Oh, my Lord.
You don't feel like a victim.
Rape is sexy.
You don't feel like a victim.
I was not thrown on the ground and ravished. Which the word rape carries so many sexual connotations. This was not sexual. It hurt. It just
But I think most people think of rape as it is a violent assault. It is not.
I think most people think of rape as being sexy.
I still
Let's take a short break.
Think of the fantasies.
Oh my God.
We're just going to take a quick
every
break.
time
If
she
you can
does
stick
that.
around, we'll talk more on the other side.
You're fascinating to talk to.
Oh my God.
Dude,
She's thinking about doing something to him.
they gave her 95
raped
million.
him. She
They
just raped
Exactly.
him.
In her head.
By
In her head,
definition.
she did.
By the leftist definition of rape, she just did that on air to what's his name?
Anderson Cooper.
Anderson Cooper.
Yeah.
Dude, they gave that chick $95 million for defamation because they found her story credible. And if that doesn't show you that everything they're doing against him is a witch hunt, because there's nobody in their right mind who finds that bitch credible. Anybody. Like, nobody. No. Mm-mm. She could tell me I won the lottery or the Ed McMahon sweepstakes, and I would lock my door and grab a shotgun. That chick is insane. Insane.
Insane to the membrane.
Insane to the brain. I'm getting
I
sick,
will
by
not
the way,
be
Liv.
ignored.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that kind of crazy.
Oh my God. You know what else?
Oh.
Oh my God, you guys are going to flip out. What? E.G. Carroll. Oh my, this has come full circle.
Dylan Mulvaney.
No. Shh. E. Jean Carroll, Tim Walz's wife, 6 degrees of separation to Donald Trump. Here it is. They're all the same fucking person.
Aliens are here, folks.
Oh my God.
They're all the same person. They're all the same lizard people. Tell me that E. Jean Carroll.
Make me laugh.
Something's wrong. No, seriously. Tell me I'm wrong. It's like
no,
there's a
it's-
glitch in the Matrix.
They all
There's
look
a
the same.
It's like
there
there's
is-
a
eyes are all
shapeshifter, but
dead.
it couldn't get the job all the way there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Dude.
Even their their ears are the same. Like they're connected to their head. Dead eyes.
Dude, this is
Dead lifeless eyes. They could
Yeah.
dull days.
Yeah.
This is
A sick
so
head.
like a doll's eyes.
Those they roll.
Oh, you do slidey. For you do, the lady from Spain. Holy shit. I love having you on the show. Dude, I'm serious. I can't. I've cracked this.
Yeah.
I have cracked the code. Look at this shit.
All
Look
the
at this
same
shit.
person.
They're all the same fucking person. Okay. They couldn't beat it with money. So they tried to kill him. And now they're going to try to out-election him. This is a conspiracy. This would make a great book.
Yes.
They're all the same person, dude. Tell me I'm wrong.
No, I'm not one for conspiracy. That's freaky.
It is freaky. Even their eyebrows, like all their left eyebrows are lower than their right. Wait, their right eyebrows are lower than their left.
I didn't believe in lizard people until I saw this. These are all from Guantanamo Bay.
Yeah.
These are George Soros clones done in Buenos Aires, South America, where the Nazis fled to the Third Reich. They've created these all from Guantanamo Bay, Cuba. Dominion paid for it all with George Soros. They have a manufactured by George Soros, made in China stamp on all their asses. We've cracked the code. We need to contact Department of Homeland Security, the Secret Service. We need to tell them we have found the Da Vinci Code.
Yeah, I was just going to say somebody needs to call Tom Hanks. Yeah.
We have cracked the Rubik's, folks. Yep. This is the cipher we've been looking for. This is and scene. Like this is where we bow out and we just turn the show off. We will never eclipse this moment.
No, this is where we find out that our podcast means something, and we're all going to get knocks at our door. And
we're not suicidal. We are all happy with our lives.
I'm happy. I don't know anything about that length of rope in my garage.
Does
we're making plans for the future.
Do you want to bet me that you're going to check E. Jean Carroll's account and there was a $45 million deposit in Roth? What is it, Roth?
Routh.
Yeah,
Routh's account. Yeah. And then he made a $45 million contribution to Paul's campaign. Who's on the phone?
It's your favorite Canadian.
Hi, Mel.
Dude. Mel, tell me I'm wrong.
Oh, you're not wrong. Just in your picture montage, put Hillary's early pictures of her when she was a not bad looking woman back in the day, and put all four of them together, and you've got shit.
Yeah.
All right, hold
That's
on.
right. The old pictures of Hillary before Bill was like president while he was running. Yeah.
Oh yeah, back in the day when she was her and
Skinny.
Bill like wherever young lovers. Not. But anyways, it was. But Hillary was not about.
All right, I've got it, Mel. Mel, I've got it, and it's funny that you would call him Mel because Mel. What do
Where
we
were
need
you
to know? Where were you on the night of Donald Trump's?
Oh my gosh.
Something's going on here.
Mel doesn't have dead eyes though.
No, Mel looks pretty actually. She has short hair though. She doesn't look anything like him, but she has short hair. So I was just listen. I had to check. It was a coinky dink. I had to check to make sure she's not a spy. Now, let's go get Hillary Clinton when she was younger. Should we do her birthday prick when it said "Happy Birthday, Miss President" on her own page?
No.
Did you guys see that? Oh my God. No shit. So real quick, she was such a cute kid before the demons possessed her soul.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously. But she put up, this is what she actually put up. She was a beautiful kid. Yes. Happy birthday to this future president on Hillary's own page.
Aww.
That didn't age well, but this is the Rosetta Stone. This is the Japanese Enigma code breaker. I can't believe this.
Yes.
The Hillary Clinton lizards are real.
Yeah.
Yep.
There it is. The final piece. She must be the mother of
She
all
looks
of them.
like Sharon Stone in that picture.
Yeah, a little
Well,
bit.
exactly. She's the mother of all of these spawns of Satan that are out there, or whatever. But when I saw Tim Walz's wife, I went, "That was Hillary back in the day when her and Bill were at the very beginning of the political career." And I went, "Oh shit!"
Do you want to hear something funny?
And now with her fanaticism and the yelling and the screaming and the whatever, I went, "Oh, they're clones." Like they're simply there's some genetic connection somewhere in the DNA code. Who knows? But yeah,
Can I tell you something funny?
Rather than E. Jean Carroll, yes. Now, like whatever, but back to like the two of them, yeah.
Here's something funny.
It's not.
Sorry, Mel. I got to interrupt. Is there something funny? I'm not kidding. I just put E. Jean Carroll's picture, or I put Tim Walz's wife picture into Google Image to find the image. I swear to God, I'm not kidding. E. Jean Carroll's picture showed up in one of the search images. I'm not kidding. I didn't screenshot it. I have to go back and find it, but I'm not kidding. We're on to something here.
Yeah.
Mel, thanks for calling. Give us some words of advice before we go, because we got to get out of here.
Oh my gosh.
Don't just keep up the guys. You guys are rocking the house. And to the real estate lady, yes, I love you. And
we love the real estate lady. She's awesome. All right, Canida, we appreciate you. Thanks, Mel.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye, Mel.
So Kevin just said there must be 3 more. Dogs usually have litters of 6.
Oh, that's funny. Well, or it's like Sith, you know?
Yeah, the Sith Lords.
The Sith Lords, there's always the master and the student. Amy gets to go, Leeroy, Olivia, and then me.
Yeah, I'm hearing all kinds of screaming coming from upstairs in my house. I think I
heard it, and I was wondering, maybe they saw the video and they're like, oh my God, there's a doppelganger in our house.
Sounds like a crisis is happening. Great show. Good to see everybody. If you want me on tomorrow, let me know. I think I can make it, but I'll let you know by like.
Isn't the debate tomorrow?
Yeah, debate's tomorrow. So I don't know if you want to be on Beyond. It's debate. Okay. Yeah, we're going to watch it for sure. Guys, we will cover the debate. I mean, you don't have to ask that. It's a Super Bowl. Of course we'll be here. Okay. I'm probably going to be prepping for the debate most of the night because I have a feeling that there's going to be some serious bullshintoism going on from the left. I think Walz is going to make up a whole bunch of stuff. So
of course,
he gets mad very easily.
Yep.
Just letting you know, Walz has a temper. He really does. I've been watching some of his old stuff. Watch his governor debates. He gets pissy, and I think JD Vance is just gonna just like this. Just hit every effing raw nerve on him. Anything else, Ames?
No, it's great to see everybody. I hope everyone's staying safe, and glad that we're doing some donations to the people who need it in those devastated areas, and just praying for everybody. Like,
not going to be a whole bunch tonight. It's kind of a slow night, but I think it's the end of the month, and people are like, "Listen, we're tapped out. We'll get them next month," and that's totally fine. You guys have been amazing. Liv, take a look at the numbers. Liv.
Oh my gosh, we've gone up quite a bit.
We've got like 100 since we've been on. So everybody, this post is gonna go viral, which is great because the last one that did this really paid well. So God, we need it. Amy, thank you. We love you. Leeroy, I love the Leeroy Jenkins shirt. What do you want to talk about? You got a minute?
I thought we had a really good night. It had been a little while since I had been on. Matt knows what I was doing. It was a little bit of
sex change
for the last couple of weeks. Yeah, that's
sex
why my voice is deeper now. I've been getting those testosterone shots right in my ass, but the fun way. I really hope that the debate goes as well as we hope. The idea, and now I sound like Kamala. I think that so long as Tim Walz stays emotional and the Republican side can focus on policy, I think that's going to go favorably in our way. We need to let Trump have the emotions, and so long as the VP pick sticks to policy and can kind of be that anchor that I think he needs, that Trump needs to keep kind of those conversations grounded. I think that's going to go a long way. I expect a victory for the Republicans on the future debate, and past that, I thought it was a really, really good show.
Yeah, it's fun. It was good to have you on, and you didn't say you didn't care at all, which is also really good. The document.
I don't have anything to hold. I was like looking for something to hold up too.
Your shirt.
Boobs.
Your shirt.
Boobs always work. Boobs are fantastic.
Boobs always work.
Boobs are always better than the documents of freedom and coffee.
The mountains of freedom.
I got like 20 of these. They're on sale for like $15. Just clear them out whenever you're ready. Documents of Freedom still on sale. We've got these ready to go. I know Marky, we've been selling a shit ton of these. For which it stands, I have ordered the 3 books from Arcadia. It took a little bit for them to get here. They're not going to be here for another 5 days. I will ship out For Which It Stands right after that. I'm revamping the For Which It Stands, and we're coming out with another box set. We've got a really fun one that I think you guys are going to like. But Documents of Freedom's ready to go. You can also, Liv, tell them about the coffee.
Coffee. Delicious. Yummy. It's great coffee. This is the mother of all brews. What is it? The FJB, the Kami. What's the other ones?
FJB, Kami, Napalm in the Morning, and Tomahawk.
Yes.
Freshly brewed where?
Wisconsin.
By a
Navy era veteran.
Army.
Army.
And he roasts it.
Go Navy.
He roasts it.
Go Navy.
He roasts it as soon as they're.
He looks like E. Jean Carroll. And he roasts it. He roasts it.
He roasts it when it's ordered.
You order it, he roasts it, you unlock. This is a hermetically sealed. It's better than a body bag. You can't smell it, but once you open it up, it's resealable. There's nothing better than those bags, folks, because this is amazing. If you French press it, I'm telling you, it'll knock you on your ass for 24 hours. It is some serious coffee. You can also, if you do it by the cups, you do 2 or 3 cups a day. This will last you 2.5, 3 weeks. It is a full pound. You can reload and subscribe and save. You can also save 10% off. Thanks for watching the Don't Unfriend Me show. Folks, we've just gained like 5. This is going viral, which I'm really excited about, which means we're going to break 200,000 for the first time in a long time. Thanks for watching. Liv, anything else?
Nope. Thanks so much for your generosity this month, and again for all your kind words over the weekend. I really appreciate it. And I will be on tomorrow for the debate, but I'm probably not going to be on Wednesday because my tooth. I'm getting my crown in, and it's not until 6, and I'm not going to. I'm gonna be late.
My God. It's literally, okay, Miss Spear, open up your mouth. Here's the glue. And okay, we'll have a nice day. It is the.
Well, I'm on tomorrow for it, so.
Getting a crown in is like cutting your nails. They don't even numb you for it. Look at Amy. She's even thinking you're a puss.
I don't think that at all because they have to take the old one off, the temporary off, correct?
No. That thing's fallen off. They use a dental cream for it. It literally, and then I had 5 of them done in one sitting with no medicine. I think she's gonna be fine. Yeah. I'll hold your vagina.
Just let her have the night off, Matt.
Oh no, Amy, no, Amy, no. Listen here, real estate lady. All right. Good night, everybody. God bless. We love you guys. Thank you.
Night,
see you soon.
Peace out,
love
homie.
you guys. See you next time. Bye. See you tomorrow, Amy. Bye.
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 This is the Don't Unfriend Me show with your hosts, Matt, Leeroy, Amy, and Olivia. Geopolitics, military analysis, and election coverage. Coming to you live on all major social media channels at The DUM Show. Honest, direct, unfiltered. We can agree, we can disagree. Just don't unfriend me.